Alright, focus in this video is to learn how to factor a cubic polynomial. Now we are not going to learn lots of methods. We are going to just restrict into one method where we can use this method to solve problems that we get in this course. Okay, the problems that we get in this course or the cubic polynomials are very simple. Okay, roots of them should be very simple, around 1, -1, 2, 3, maximum could be 6. So we just need a very basic method. Okay, so if you watch my previous video about polynomial loan division, which you should have, okay, at the end of the video I said, well, the goal is to find a linear term, okay, a degree 1 term and a quadratic term. So initially we factor this cubic polynomial into a linear term like x plus 1 and a quadratic term. Then we all know how to factor this quadratic term, so we can finally get the factors of this cubic polynomial. So it's just a game of finding a one root of this cubic polynomial. If you can find one, everything else comes for free. Let me show you how. How can you find a one root? Here's the trick. Look at the constant term of your cubic polynomial. Okay, look at the constant term, which is 10 here. Now think about all the factors of 10. What are the factors of 10? What are the numbers that you can divide 10 by? 1, 2, 5. That's all, right? Yes. Now take the negative version of these numbers. Excuse me. -1, -2, -5. Okay, and then look at the coefficients of the, don't forget this, okay, coefficient of the cubic term, which is 1, and think about the factors of 1, which is 1 and -1. Now you should divide each of these factors of the constant term by the factors of the coefficient of cubic term. Here it's just 1, so why do we bother, right? Doesn't matter. If you divide everything by 1 and -1, you still get the same thing. So guess what? Your three roots are 3 of these 6 numbers. Okay, isn't that easy? Okay, so what do you do? How do you figure out the correct 3? Pick a number you like. I would choose the smallest number. Okay, I would start from 1. Substitute 1 into this cubic polynomial. Now we only need to figure out 1 out of this 3. Okay, then the rest will come for free. Here's the thing. So pick 1. Pick 1 and substitute 1 for the left hand side and see whether you get 0. If you get 0, what does that mean? 1 is a root, right? So let's substitute. 1 cube is 1 minus 4 times 1 square is 4 minus 7 plus 10. What do we get? 1 minus 4 is -3. -7 plus 10 is 3. -3 plus 3 is 0. Good. So 1 is a root, right? 1 is a root of this polynomial. So what is the factor? X minus 1, right? That is how you get 1, right? It should be x minus 1. Now there are 2 options you can go with. Now either you can keep substituting these numbers and figure out which 2 is the correct one. You can substitute -1, you can substitute 2, but I think that will take time. Here's what you can do. Now you know what to do, right? Divide this cubic polynomial by x minus 1. Okay, so let's do it very quickly. X cubed minus 4x square minus 7x plus 10. Try to pause this video and try to do the loan division by yourself. Those are the best ways to learn. Okay, so how can I create x cubed by x? You multiply by x square. Now remultiply. Here you get x cubed. Okay, x square times -1 is -x square. Now you subtract, x cube cancel out, -4x square minus x square is here become plus -3x square. You take -7x down, plus 10 down. Good. Now compare the first 2 terms, -3x square x. You have to multiply by -3x, right? So re-multiply -3x with these 2 terms. So -3x square. -3x times -1 is positive 3x. Okay, so now subtract. So what you get is these 2 cancel out. -7x minus 3x is -10x. This 10 comes for free. Don't forget that, okay? Don't forget to take these terms down. If you forget, you will be in a huge mess. Now, what do you need? How do you create negative 10x out of x? Multiply by negative 10. So let's slow down a little bit. Negative 10. Now remultiply this term by negative 10. So negative 10x. Negative 10x. Negative 10 times negative 1 is positive 10. Now subtract. These two cancel out. 10 minus 10 is 0. Good, we are doing correctly. If you get 0 at the end, you do something correct. Okay, all right. So then what is the polynomial? So cubic polynomial, this polynomial is same as x minus 1 times the quadratic polynomial is x square minus 3x minus 10, right? From here, now the game is to factor the quadratic polynomial. Factor this quadratic polynomial. So if you factor this quadratic polynomial, 10 is 5 times 2, so this is x minus 5x plus 2. Okay, so the roots of the cubic polynomials are 1, 5 and negative 2. See, if you kept on substituting and doing that try and error method, you have to try quite a bit, right? But anything that feels comfortable to you. Okay, this is a one way. So let me do another one example and stop the video. Okay, so please try to do these examples by yourself. Please try to be with this and watch this video until the end. X cubed minus 3x plus 2. Okay, so look at the constant term. It's 2. What are the factors? Here it should be super easy. 1 and 2. Right? Oh, negative 1 and negative 2 also possible. All right, so your root should be 3 out of this 4. Okay, so here let's substitute 1 first. 1 minus 3 plus 2. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. Okay, yes, so 1 is a root. X minus 1. Okay, now the one bad thing about trial and error method is sometimes 1 could be a repeated root of the cubic polynomial. If it is, it will be hard to guess from the trial and error method. Like you substitute negative 1 and c, 2 and c, negative 2 and c. Okay, so it could not be visible from that. Okay, that is why I prefer the cubic polynomial, the polynomial lone division 10. It will directly tell you the roots. Okay, so let's divide. Okay, that is why I stick into this method. So let's see, I can create x cubed by x by multiplying by x square. Oops, let's have the x square terms here. Okay, plus 0x square. Our polynomial is minus 3x plus 2. Okay, because then we can save a lot of time. So here x cube, x square times minus x square is minus x square. Now you subtract, x cube cancel out. 0x square is 0. 0 subtract minus x square is positive x square. So be careful. Take these things down. Always do that. Now how can I create x square? Multiply by x plus x. Here x times x is x square. X times negative 1 is negative x. Now subtract. X square cancel out. Negative 3x minus x is plus x, negative 2x. Here take this 2 plus 2. Now I can create negative 2x by multiplying by negative 2, negative 2, negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2. Subtract. Negative 2x cancel out. 2 minus 2 is 0. So you are doing correct because you got 0. Alright. So now let's finish off. So the cubic polynomial x cubed minus 3x plus 2 is actually x minus 1 times x square plus x minus 2. So if you factor this one, what you get is x plus 2, x minus 1. See, we have a repeated root. I factor the quadratic polynomial. Okay, you can use quadratic formula or just factor it. I know you know how to do that. Okay, so see, we have a repeated root of 1. If you use the method that trial and error, you would figure out that negative 2 is a factor. Okay, negative 1 will not become a root, 2 will not become a root. Then you don't know what is the repeated root. Anyway, you have to do this process. All right, so I think the polynomial long division method is a safe option to do, because in our lessons we will definitely get repeated roots, or remember that. So I would say use the polynomial long division method. Okay, so those are two examples. Well, thank you very much.